Head onto the Facebook page of Pick a Local, Pick a Say and have a look at that video. It's quite interesting to see the behind the scenes of where our mushrooms come. The other large grower that we have in South Australia is SA Mushrooms, and they produce 60 tonnes a week. That's the largest privately owned family business grower in South Australia, and they're just out at Waterloo Corner. So it's a lot of mushrooms that we grow in South Australia. They're hand picked, and we obviously love our mushrooms. So the average Australian consumes about 3.5 kilos of mushrooms a year. So they like to do a bit of promotion to try and get that consumption up. I'm a vegetarian, so I consume about 3.5 kilos a fortnight. So I'm a little bit of the anomaly. So it's great. So there's so much you can do with a mushroom. They're so versatile. You can put them in burgers, you can stuff them, you can barbecue them, you can make schnitzels out of them. So there's plenty of things that we can do with our mushrooms. And so today we're celebrating all things mushrooms, Emma.
Good. So I love mushroom, and I like the idea that we have created a mushroom day, Friday the 15th, because we don't have to give them for granted.
That's right.
And what about our giveaway this week?
Yes, so just we missed that little one about the Facebook page in English. So this Friday on our Pick a Local, Pick a Say page, we've actually got nutritionist Phoebe Conway, who's going to be doing a live cooking demonstration in conjunction with SA Mushrooms. So if you're after some inspiration on what to do with your mushrooms, make sure you head on and at 12:30 and have a look at that, or watch the video afterwards. But as always, we always have a giveaway. We know that your listeners love to get something from the station. So this morning we were up nice and early at the South Australian Produce Market celebrating International Mushroom Day, and we had a Mush Boom celebration, which is our Costa Farms brand. We had burgers being cooked. We also had some exotic mushrooms. There is a small grower in South Australia who does oyster mushrooms. So if you've never tried them, have a look for them. They've got great health benefits to the oyster mushrooms. But yeah, we're going to give away a 4-kilogram box of mushrooms here today. They're all hand-picked from the Costa Farm up at Monarto, and they've been kindly donated by Costas. So the question for your listeners today is, what day is International Mushroom Day?
That's an easy one.
Yeah, it is an easy. We've said it a few times. So if you call in on 83407700,
the phone's already going
and
off.
then you can take this box of mushrooms home.
Okay.
Welcome back, Penny. And now, what's in season?
Yeah, so let's talk about fruits. The weather, although it's not very nice today, is going to start to warm up, which means we're going to start seeing summer fruits coming through in your greengrocers. So mangoes, I don't know if you've been out and about, been in the greengrocers, we've seen some really sharp pricing on mangoes as well. They're large, they look great, the quality is good, the supply is coming through. So there's a few different varieties that you'll find on the shelves at the moment. You'll get Kensington Pride, Calypso, and the R2E2 mango varieties. So they will continue to strengthen in supply. So if we're already seeing good prices on them, that's a good indication that through summer there'll be plenty around.
What's the R2? What is
R2E2, that's the variety.
Wow.
They're kind of the common varieties that we see. So they're the ones that you'll see in supply at the moment. So kiwi fruit, we've still got plenty of kiwi fruit around. Both green and gold varieties continue, and we'll see them through probably until late November. We'll still be getting supplies of them, so that's great. The blueberries on our shelves at the moment are South Australian grown. So a lot of people don't know that we grow blueberries in South Australia, and they're coming from the Riverland. There's quite a large grower up there. So if you're buying your blueberries at the moment, it's good to know they're South Australian grown. They haven't come from too far away. And don't forget to try the jumbo blueberries if you've never tried them before. They're about the size of a 10-cent piece, and they've got a nice little bit of crunch to them. And it means they've been pollinated by the bees, and they're a little bit larger. We recently featured a video on our Pick a Local, Pick a Say Facebook page where we met the grower, and he told us all about how important the bees are to the pollination of the blueberries and how it can increase their size. So have a look at that if you haven't seen it. We're coming into stone fruit season. They have been a little bit delayed. This cooler weather has seen some of our fruits that would typically already started to be in season a little bit delayed. So, but in the next couple of weeks, we will start to see the nectarines arrive. So once you see the nectarines, you know that the peaches and the apricots and the plums and the cherries are not too far away. So anyone that's kind of waiting for their South Australian stone fruits to come into season, they're not too far away. The same with South Australian strawberries. I noticed that Harvest of Fleurieu, which is halfway between Adelaide and Victor Harbour, they have a pick your own strawberry patch and they opened up on the weekend. So they've obviously got some supplies in there. We did have a small amount of supply coming through the markets last week, but then we had some hailstorms that has kind of set us back as well. So the cooler weather has delayed those strawberries coming into season. So but a few more weeks and, you know, by November we should be having Adelaide strawberries, which I'm excited for because I'm a little bit of a strawberry snob and I know that in South Australia we grow the best tasting strawberries ever. So looking forward to that. And it feels like we've been talking about citrus for months and months on end, but we are coming to the end of our South Australian citrus season, but you will still see the late Imperial and Aphora mandarins coming in from the Riverland as that season comes to an end and starts to wrap up in the next month or so. So plenty of fruits around, Emma, plenty to be putting out some barbecues and summer entertaining and lots going on there.
And fruit salad. The veg.
Of course, there's plenty of vegetable around as well. Avocados from South Australia, from the Riverland. We're seeing a fantastic supply of them this season, which means that there'll be great prices around. But the quality of the avocados that we're seeing come through is really amazing this year. So don't skimp on your avocados. There's lots there for guacamole, for smashing on your eggs and toast for breakfast.
mushrooms.
Have with your mushrooms as well. So plenty of them around and a great opportunity for us to support our South Australian avocado growers. Cucumbers, continental and Lebanese, are good quality and great supply at the moment. And celery, we were talking just a minute before about how good the celery looks at the moment. So we have a great grower just out on the Northern Adelaide Plains, Mario, who grows the most amazing celery and sells it through our growers shed at the South Australian Produce Market. So there's still some supply of that locally grown around. And we were talking just before, and it was a bit of an anomaly that I was saying I quite love my celery and I dip it into peanut butter and hadn't heard that one before. But celery and peanut butter, if you've never tried it, give it a go. It's great.